What's up with that?
It's a look. Look. It's his look.
You're asking me what's up with the way I fucking dress, Ken?
Why don't you wear shorts, dude?
Because it's fucking 10 degrees out, dude.
Well, you got them rolled up again.
We're inside, aren't we?
Very, very proud of his legs.
We're inside, aren't we?
Very, very proud of his legs.
I see. Whatever.
Somebody show his
This
legs.
is a weird shot here. Okay. Tonight on Frontline, we're going to discuss the important issue of whether or not we actually exist. And we're going to discuss it with Richard Wicka. Do you think there's any chance we actually exist, Richard?
Yes.
It's a very good chance, right?
Yes, a high probability.
But it's not certain, though, is it?
Well, then you have to disprove, Descartes.
Who? Descartes.
You can't put the
Who the
horse-
hell is that?
You can't put the horse.
Don't be
before
throwing these names
Descartes.
out if I don't know who the hell you're talking about.
Descartes
He lives
was,
down the street.
That's when you order at the restaurant. It's Descartes and a la carte. No. Okay.
I used to work with a Descartes.
So you
Descartes
disregard
was the most
Descartes.
famous mathematician in the world. All right.
When was this?
Nobody here
This is in
heard
the
of him.
1700s.
So is he popular nowadays?
He's still popular. Yes.
Well,
Did he have his
I mean,
picture
famous
on a bubblegum
nowadays?
card?
Yeah,
Yes.
well, as a matter of fact,
famous.
when you go to school to study mathematics in college, you study Descartes' theories. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
so who's the most popular mathematician nowadays? That's alive.
That's a tough one.
So there's no one who's really
But he's also
matching
a
Descartes.
philosopher.
He was
Well,
part philosophy, part math.
Well, they said to Descartes, listen, you have such a brilliant mind, you think very logically, can you attack the problems of philosophy? He said, I'd be happy to.
Nice.
I'm sure I could resolve them.
Right. What an ego.
He had a big ego.
He was the Mark Twain.
So he started out by saying, well, what do I know for sure? Or like, how do I know this, I'm in this room. Well, how do I know this? And how do I know this? And how do I know this? He got it down to one thing, which was
Yeah.
at the bottom of how do I know?
Right.
And that was my existence. How do I know I exist? And he came to the conclusion, well, if you are thinking about the fact, if you're asking yourself the question, you exist.
I
Because
think,
the-
therefore, I am.
Yeah, the question has to come from
there.
somewhere.
But like you said earlier before we started recording, that could be someone else it's coming from, not you.
You mean someone
Like
else?
if you say I'm thinking, right? Like you say, hey, I'm thinking, therefore I am. Maybe you're not actually thinking. Maybe someone else is thinking, and you think you're thinking. So therefore you're not thinking. You know what I'm thinking?
All right. Can I?
Does that make sense?
Can I
You made your-
interject
Please.
a question that would have to do with that kind of thinking?
Paul, I'm sorry, you don't have your own camera somehow.
That's okay. I
Oh,
don't
you
know.
There
see,
we
you're
go.
far,
There we go.
far,
There we
you're
go.
far away. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, it's fine.
Did you want your own camera?
Anyway, no. Anyway, if you, as you're dreaming, and because that could be a dream sequence, right? If somebody's dreaming, all of this is happening.
Right.
If when you're dreaming, all of that information comes from your mind, why don't you know what the other people in your dream are thinking?
Yeah, Richard. Well, answer that one.
And-
Descartes. Or Mr. Descartes.
Or not only thinking, but why don't you know what the events will be that
Before they happen.
Right, because you're in your dream,
It's all from you.
you're making it up, and you're being chased by something, and you don't know if you're going to get caught or not. Why wouldn't you know it? Because you're making it up with your own
Why wouldn't you
mind.
just stop it because you don't want to be caught?
Yeah, you can.
Sometimes you can. Sometimes if you're really good at it, you can do it.
You can.
Really? I mean,
Yeah.
you can stop. So you've been chased
Absolutely.
by a guy with a knife in your dreams, and then you stop it because you.
Because
yeah,
you know
I don't
it's a
really
dream.
remember my dreams
Yeah.
too much, but there have been times when,
You've been able to stop something in your dreams that you knew you were stopping
yeah,
it.
Because you know
like,
it's
I
a
don't feel
dream,
like I'm like, okay, I don't feel like doing this anymore.
Yeah.
I get bored. I have ADHD in my dreams just like I do in reality. It's like, okay, I'm bored with this. I don't feel like doing it anymore.
Sometimes you
I'm
know it's a
serious.
dream, and you can stop it.
So how?
because you
My
know.
question has to be, how come you're not bored with this yet? Coming on Sareki Sterlace.
Oh, I'm totally bored with it.
Oh, okay. So why are you coming then every week then?
It's just,
Every other often.
he's got the cart. Where the hell else am I going to go?
So Michael,
Not
you're
at
not
the
you're not
bartend
bored with
tonight,
it yet,
so I'm like-
No, I'm not bored with it yet.
and you feel you will be bored with it soon.
You make that sound like it's a possibility.
Do you have a low attention span?
Amy does. She's got ADD.
Squirrel.
Amy's got ADD. She gets bored with things easily and tosses them aside.
Yeah,
Like
but
this Racky
No, I
Sterlace
don't have a
show.
low attention span.
no, okay, because I mean,
Let my man.
I don't really think of you as somebody who doesn't.
No,
doesn't have
Amy
a
does.
lot-
Not
yes.
Michael. You might
he's
not.
very-
With your short attention span, Paula, you're not realizing that this one is the one with the short attention span.
No,
This one
because
is
he
not.
said he wasn't bored yet.
But then he said he followed up, since you have a short attention span. What he said after that was, he said, you're acting like that's going to be coming up. I'm not saying that. His yet was not like,
Okay.
okay, back to Richard, Descartes.
Wait, I wasn't done.
Back to Michael, okay.
Mathematically, you were.
Back to Richard, okay.
You want me to address Paula's thing about the dream?
Yeah, the dream thing, yeah. So we didn't get to that yet.
Okay, so they study people when they sleep, and they study them when they start dreaming. And they notice that when your eyes are closed and you're dreaming, you're moving your eyes a lot.
Right.
Yes.
And so they
Losing
look
their
at your
religion.
brain waves and everything, and they know that you're having a dream.
Yes.
Right.
So they decided what they would do is that when somebody started dreaming, they would give them a tiny, tiny, tiny little electrical shock, you know?
Nice of them.
It's like a little pinch.
Yeah, it's nice.
So you would just wake up just a little bit, and you would train yourself, hey, I'm getting into a dream right now.
Wow.
And what happened is people discovered that they could control the dream.
Yeah, lucid dreaming. I love it.
Wow.
And they said, if this works out fine, this will be much better therapy than any kind of drug because, say, somebody was abused as a kid.
Yeah.
You could have them dream that they're going back to that thing, except now they fight back against the abuser and they overcome them.
Plus, you can lay anybody you want to. I mean, wouldn't that be good?
Yeah, I've done that in my dreams.
Who'd you lay in your dreams?
Well, it doesn't matter.
Oh, you see
they're-
that as a
they're-
sign of infidelity?
No.
But no,
Are you
I-
laying people in your dreams nowadays?
No. I haven't had a lucid dream in years. But the thing is,
You haven't had a lucid thought in years, Paula.
oh, you're so freaking funny. I can't understand it. I like
Wait
to
a minute, I'm married to this woman.
I
This
like
will be
to
a fight in the
fly.
car later.
I like to fly in my dreams. If I have lucid dreams, I fly. Oh, I love it. It's the
love
best thing in the world.
Michael, you fly in your dreams.
I do.
Wow.
Not all the time.
With a cape?
No.
On a rug?
No, just soaring.
In a plane? Are you in a
high
plane or a
have you gone?
helicopter?
Wings.
How high have you
Wings?
gotten?
How high does he get? We
Like
already
Pee-wee.
know that.
Like
Clouds?
Pee Wee,
Clouds.
like Pee Wee
Yeah,
Herman.
because I
5
have seen.
feet?
I have seen.
Edge of space.
What is that? No. But I've seen Cape Cod and
Michael, you're
Boston
blocking Paula's
from
video
the-
here. Now you're blocking it
No,
more.
this looks cool. It
Yeah,
I'm making a halo around his head. I've seen Cape Cod and Boston from the air in my dream.
Yeah, I see stuff like that too.
Yeah, but I
See
usually
dead
can only
people,
go
too.
like
Like
to
your
the top
family.
of trees.
Who's
Yeah.
dead? I see dead people. Got any family members? No, they're all dead except for my family.
See, some people tell you who's not dead, and then some people tell you who is dead.
They do.
It's like the half glass, the glass half. Empty.
You're right. So Descartes, what did he say about? All he said was, "I think, therefore I am." That's all he came up with.
I want to talk about a horse.
Wait,
all right?
hold on a second.
No, let's put.
Horse. We got
A
Richard
man
Wicka
named
here.
Horse.
I know we're going to put Descartes before the horse.
Right.
Oh, that was.
I think that was pretty good. You thought about that for a few minutes. You thought about like 10 minutes. That's pretty good.
I said it 5 minutes ago. And
Pretty
nobody heard
damn
me 'cause
good,
you were
though.
talking over me.
So Richard,
what a surprise!
I think, therefore I am is all he came up
Well,
with.
then he said, now I'm going to build on that.
Oh,
And
thank
I'm going
God.
to build it with such logic that I will have this complete set of answers.
And did he?
No.
Time to
Ken,
talk
what do you think
the
about
horse.
that? Isn't that bullshit? Call bullshit on that, Ken.
Yeah,
Because
BS.
his next question was, how do I know I'm not dreaming?
That's what I
There you
told.
go.
That's what I said to you today.
All right? Like I exist, but maybe I'm dreaming that I'm
Right.
in this room.
Right.
And his answer, considering the brilliance of his first answer, pales in comparison.
Oh, what a puss.
His answer is, I have a very clear and distinct feeling that I'm not dreaming.
So what? Who gives a fuck? That doesn't mean shit.
No, that
A
doesn't.
lot of people have pointed that out.
Yeah.
Descartes' mom was one of them.
That doesn't mean shit, Descartes, you fucking idiot.
Eat your dinner.
BS.
How
Even
do I know
Ken
the
thought it was
dinner's-
BS, right?
I didn't even know the dinner
Oh my
exists.
God. I have a clear feeling right now I'm on video. A very clear feeling that I'm on video in some house in Kaisertown. That's what I feel right now.
Masterton, yeah.
Is there any chance of that I'm really in Kaisertown on video, Richard?
Well, I would like to tell you a little bit about this dream thing, too,
Yeah.
that you brought up.
Paula, bro. The one who's far away, hidden by Michael's head. Oh, there she is. Is that why you like it, Paula? Way
Yes.
back?
And it's from the Vedas. You know about
Yeah.
the Vedas?
Yes.
Ancient books?
No,
from
I'm sorry. I'm
Ancient
not
books
familiar
from
with that.
India.
Well, Richard, can I ask you to mention things from the 21st century? Not Descartes.
I like.
Vedas.
You know that this.
You
is
know I don't know
my
any of this shit.
Kenny went to Las
So
Vegas.
you're learning. Just leave it alone.
What was that?
You got
I'm
a shirt
doing
for
what?
that.
Learning.
Oh, this is good learning with you, Richard.
It's
this is
cool.
fun. So what about the
Learning's
Vedas?
cool.
Okay.
In the Vedas, a goddess comes to a man and says, "You've worshipped me your entire life, and you've never asked for anything in return.
That is weird.
And I think it's about time now that I return the favor.
Yeah.
What would you like, in return?"
What'd he say?
He says, "Well, I would like that when I dream, I have complete control of everything in my dream."
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
And so
Like
she
my
says,
camera movements here.
she says, it is done. So then he was having all these dreams where he was like the emperor of the world and
Wow.
untold wealth and
Right.
superpowers, et cetera, et cetera. And then he went back to the temple of the goddess and he said, "It isn't really that great having all these powers. I'm getting
What?
tired of it."
What?
He always knows who's going to win every fight.
Oh, it's like the Twilight Zone episode. Remember that one?
happened? Did they
The
break it
guy,
on
the
Veda-
guy's
on
the
Vedas?
guy's the criminal.
Yeah.
They based it on Vedas, of course. Rod Sterling did. He was the criminal.
Yeah.
And he went to hell, but he thought he was in heaven because everything went his way. And the guy always letting him do whatever he wanted to. He'd always win every pool game. He'd always steal everything.
He got
He'd get all the
bored.
broads. He's like, "Oh, this is boring. This is what I wanted." It reminds me of that.
Except the story keeps going on.
Yeah, right. But it reminds me of that. It's the beginning
Very
of it.
similar.
Yeah.
So what happens is the guy says, "Well, what do you want me to do?" And he goes, "Well, I would like it if I didn't know what the outcome would be."
Right. But he
So
can still
that
control.
I would still have, these superpowers and everything, but
Yeah.
I might lose.
Right, lose. That's the
know?
same thing as in Twilight Zone. He wanted to lose sometimes.
So she says, "Okay, it'll be that way."
Wow.
But you see, that bothered him still.
That happened in the Twilight Zone. Yeah.
When he could
Yeah,
lose.
see, they just ripped off of Veda.
Yeah.
So that he went back to the goddess and he said, "Well, the problem is I have these superpowers. I can tell I'm dreaming, and it doesn't really matter to me now if I win or lose because it's just a dream. Like, what's the value in
What a
this?"
fucking complainer.
So the goddess says,
Like your neighbor.
"Well, how do you want me to fix it?" And he
Our
said,
neighbor.
"I would like it so that I don't know if I'm dreaming or if I'm awake. I might win, I might lose, and I don't have any superpowers."
Just like real life itself.
And you know what? That's what the goddess said. She said,
That is what you have already, you idiot.
She said, "You have that already."
And it sucks. Let me tell you, doesn't that
The
suck,
end.
Michael?
And then at the end of the Twilight Zone episode, doesn't the guy become the genie?
No, this is the one with Sebastian Cabot. There's no genie
Oh, I
in
thought it
this
was the
one.
one with
There's no genie.
No
No
genie.
Oh, good try.
You know the
Amy?
one I'm talking about.
You like life
Sucks
this
out
way?
loud.
It does. Life sucks out loud.
It sucks out loud.
Why?
Because it does.
Why?
doesn't
Why
live
does
up
she?
to
I mean,
your
if you were in,
expectations?
yeah. Well, I mean,
but
if you
don't you
were,
like the fact that you don't know when you're dreaming, you don't know when you're sleeping, you
yeah,
don't know
I
if you're
mean,
gonna win or lose?
I mean, there shouldn't be death. There shouldn't be cancer. There shouldn't be
You don't like death or cancer?
no.
Anti-death and
I'm
anti-cancer?
anti-death and anti-cancer.
Now, let me ask you this question.
Or
See if you
even,
agree.
Even
see if you're,
sickness at all. I mean, what do you even have to have it for?
sickness is
What do you
bad,
want?
death is
When you
bad,
step
cancer is
on
bad.
on the cord.
Now,
it
do you
loses-
agree with what
Oh,
Michael
sorry.
said to us earlier, that anal rape is not as bad as you think it would be?
No, it really isn't.
It really isn't. How do you figure that?
It's like you stop struggling, and it's actually pretty pleasant. Yeah.
And you've experienced this.
Yeah.
You've experienced it? You said yes.
I done time.
rape.
I done time, man.
So this is with a woman
Oh, good
or a
point.
male?
Strap on.
It's almost all
Strap on.
They have
strap-on rape.
strap-ons
Strap-on.
in
So is that what you meant, Michael?
Strap-on.
Strap-on rape is not as bad as you would think it would be? Or do you mean real rape?
Well, what is real?
Well, I mean like the penis instead of a strap-on.
If you were raped by Dakota, it's real rape.
Bobby Knight said, if rape is inevitable, just relax and enjoy the ride, baby. That's what he said to the fucking female reporter. What a scumbag. What do you think of that, Richard?
Oh,
Think
yeah.
Bobby Knight was right
Lawsuits are
there?
made of.
Yuck.
So anyways, in this book, so she says that's what life is. You got it already, idiot.
She said,
And what a
yeah.
cop-out that is, though. Couldn't she fix it better for him than just saying you already got it? That's what life is. You suck on it? That doesn't seem
They
good.
were running out of ideas
Right,
in
Paula?
the story.
I like the story.
You like the fact that it's just...
I like life. I like the way it is.
Don't you feel that people want other people to understand what they're all about, Richard? They wish people... I think most people wish other people could really understand them and get the gist of what they're talking about.
I don't know.
What about you, Paul?
It's very hard for me to say what most people want.
What about you? Would you like to have people understand you, Richard, instead of being misunderstood all the time? Often?
Well, I was just listening to an interview on the radio today, and he said we bounce around in life like a pinball off of other people's prejudices of who we think we are.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that
That's good.
interesting?
I like that.
Is that true?
I don't know. Well, I mean, I'll have to give that some thought.
Did you feel on your birthday that people were having a different view of you that you have of yourself?
That thought didn't occur to me.
You brought it. You said it to me and Paula.
Well, I put it differently, though.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
You know,
The different way. Yes.
Felt like the guy from that Dostoevsky story.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
And what's this? That's this. We didn't really discuss that in the show, though. What's the?
He shows up at work, and there's a guy who looks just like him sitting at his desk. And he goes to his boss and says, "Who's this guy?" His boss says, "Well, he just showed up here one day and asked if he could sit at your desk."
Yeah.
So he says,
That's what you feel like?
He says,
Now that would be awesome.
he says to this guy sitting
Let
at his
him work.
desk, he says, let's go down and get a cup of coffee together. And they get a cup of coffee. And at first he's mad at the guy, but then eventually he starts to like him.
That's how you feel?
I could feel that sense when Michael showed up looking exactly like me.
Does it look like you now at all?
Thank you.
No,
for
he doesn't.
Thank you
Okay.
for the
But
compliment.
Isn't it weird?
I could feel like Golyatkin could feel in that story. See?
Yeah.
I felt a better appreciation for the story.
But do you think people misunderstand you a lot over the years, or are you understood by people?
I don't know.
Can they grasp you? Paula, you don't think people understand each other that well, and they wish they could have other people
Well,
understand them, right?
you're always trying. You see everything through filters that you've developed since the time you were born.
Like
So
right now with Michael
everything I
filtering you out of the picture.
everything I see
With his hand.
Has a
is
head
seen-
in front of it.
has a hand in front of it. Everything I see is
Can you choke her? Oh.
this.
I am crushing
All
your
of us are
head.
seeing this in a different way, and
I'm seeing a pen. What do you see?
it's a pen, but we all have different.
It's a pen
reactions.
with an erection.
We do?
We all have different reactions to it.
I don't know. Ken, you seen a pen there, Ken?
Sorta.
Sort of. What do you mean sort
I was
of?
looking at the
All
lava
right,
lamp.
Oh,
though. What
lava
does
lamp.
He was looking at the
what
lava
does this
lamp.
mean to you?
Put it in the
It's a
video.
writing
Put it in the
instrument.
video. No, further over to his face. Yeah.
What does it mean to you?
It's a writing instrument.
It's in his
That's
nose.
right, Ken. You're
And
right.
Do you
It's
have
a
any
pen.
does it elicit any emotions from you?
Nope.
There you
How
go.
about you, Richard?
Little does, actually.
That's so unfair. Ken, you're an emotional
How about
gentleman.
An erection? How there you go.
You're emotional, right?
Sometimes.
Yeah, exactly, Amy. How dare you say Ken's unemotional? He's not like Spock or
I'm a
something.
bitch.
No, you're not a bitch. I'm just saying.
has emotion.
I'm not saying you're. Well, but you're pressing him so much that he barely shows him, though.
Oh, you know everything about Spock now.
Well, I listen to soundtrack albums, Star Trek
He is
soundtrack albums. So I am Spock.
But I mean, I guess that's a bad example.
Yeah,
But
because everyone sees a pen there, Paul. That was a good try.
I
No.
see something I don't want. I don't want to be anally raped with.
You don't be aiming right for the pen.
Not with a pen.
That's what you see when you see the pen. You think that.
how about a fountain pen?
A pencil. Pencil is fine.
Rich, so anyways, we were in the car and Paula was not understanding me, and I was not understanding her. Right, Ken? What you? Oh,
No. I was thinking about something else. Go ahead.
You're
in
always
another
sighing
way.
whenever
He's in
I bring
another
things
place.
up. You sigh.
No.
Is this
No,
okay
it
to
wasn't
bring
about that. Go
Okay.
ahead.
Ken's thinking about what it would be like to have a pen up his ass.
Does he ever roll his eyes?
He rolls his eyes often. Yes, I
Come
can say.
on, about the car. Get on with it. Don't get off the subject.
But you're the one stopping it in the
No,
tracks.
I wasn't. Go ahead.
All right. Anyways, I feel like I'd like to have people understand me. I wrote a song about it called "No One Understands Me," and I thought it would be nice if people understood me. And Paul and I were totally on different tracks here. We're going to go to New York City on Monday, December 8th, to shoot the John Lennon thing. Now, he was shot on Monday, December 8th, 34 years ago, and we're going on Monday, December 8th. So I thought it was interesting that our Mark David Chapman, John Kennedy, said, as your Mark David Chapman, I'd like to shoot on Monday, December 8th. I thought, well, that's appropriate. And I thought it's great, and we're going to go to Dakota. And Ken and I were very excited about going to Dakota, hoping Yoko Ono's going to go out and talk to the fans. That would really be good, That's super unlikely. She's probably going to be there on December 8th. But so I'm thinking, Ken's saying, hey, Ken, you said, let's go bring our Mark David Chapman and let him talk to the doorman at the Dakota, just like Mark David Chapman did. That's great. And then Paula started saying, "Oh my God, oh no, that's a bad idea. Oh, it's bad.
All right,
it's bad, it's bad." And I thought it was a great idea.
Right. It's the same day.
Monday, December
and
8th.
Date. There's going to be fans around.
Mourners.
He's going to be holding a copy of Catcher in the Rye and a copy of Double Fantasy.
I didn't know that.
He has got the
Richard Wicka glasses.
The look of somebody in another decade right now, and there's going to be fans around who have in their head, and they're coming there to see the spot
and pay tribute and everything.
They're thinking about it already.
Right.
If they see him talking to the door, it's going to.
And what will happen? What will happen if they
Jack
fail
Ruby
that
is
way?
going to appear. Jack Ruby's going to appear.
With a Dr. Pepper.
Why Jack Ruby?
I just think it's a bad idea for him to talk to the doorman. I think it's a great idea to have him walk by and do some footage and maybe even have him stand there.
Blocking Paula,
Talk to the
Michael.
guy.
But talking to the doorman, I think.
Well,
Well, I mean, if
What's
there's
the
no
big-
fans there, go talk to the guy.
Well,
but
I'm not. I don't.
Wait, what I'm
Well,
saying
if
is
there's
Richard.
like a bunch
Yeah.
of people, won't they know that there's a movie being shot if there's like a bunch of people standing there with cameras? And
No, we're only taking one camera. It's only gonna. We're not gonna do any sound in New York. We're just gonna shoot video.
Wish we had a
with
camera
one
on you, Paula.
camera.
You're so
It'll
far
be like
away.
a tourist taking a picture. Of them.
Right, like a tourist.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is, it sounds great to me, what Ken said, to go talk to the doorman, have our Mark David Chapman talk to the doorman, which is what Mark David Chapman did that day. And then Paul was saying something. What bad thing would happen somehow?
I just feel it would be.
Can you crystallize the
really
bad
in
feeling you have?
in bad taste to have.
Well, yeah, but the movie is in bad taste. I'll tell you, the movie's in total bad taste because it's about John Lennon getting shot to death, and we're using his music
I know,
and
but
lyrics.
it's removed.
about-
It's removed from people. I mean, the people are going to be watching it, but we're not interfering with people's mourning.
I'm saying if someone looked at him and said, he looks kind of like Mark David Chapman.
And he's carrying a copy
it.
of Double Fantasy and
Oh,
a
you're
Catcher in
kissing
the
him?
Rye.
And what will happen though, Paula? What will happen? That's bad.
I just think it's an.
It's bad vibes.
It's just an. It's
Richard, what do you think of this idea? Do you
just
think we should go with bad vibes and horrible stuff like this, or should we?
I could tell you what
Lean
I
back.
think of when I think of this.
Yeah.
There
Exactly.
Are,
That's
there
what I'm
are
asking you.
there are places on the globe, right, that will bring out strange and erratic behavior in people.
Places like what?
Well, you mentioned the whole
Home in the
thing,
Future.
the Dakota Hotel on December 8th.
yeah.
That's a place and a date that will bring out strange
Monday,
behavior in
December 8th.
people.
They're both Monday, December
All right.
8th.
And I just heard something about in Jerusalem,
Yeah.
right?
Right. This is really
A lot of people go to Jerusalem, right?
Yeah.
Get off the plane, seem perfectly normal,
Yeah.
and then go to the holy sites and start thinking that they are Jesus. So they have a mental hospital. This is funny.
the Jesus
This is
Mental
funny.
Hospital.
The Jesus Mental Hospital,
They have a mental
run by the
hospital.
saints of Jesus.
In Jerusalem, and they have a wing for all the people who are brought in
Don't go there, Ken.
who think they are a saint or Jesus, or
Wow, it just sort of happens to them.
it because.
Let me ask you
because
this
of the
then.
They ever
place-
think
the
they're
place
Muhammad?
Let me ask you this
That's
then.
just racist now.
So this sounds like when you say that,
they
it
don't
sounds
think
like
they're
you're
like Moses or Muhammad too.
it sounds like you're implying that if people go to the Dakota on Monday, December 8th,
They're gonna think they're
especially if
Jesus.
it's John F. Kennedy dressed as Mark David Chapman with Double Fantasy and Catching a Ride, he's going to start thinking he's Mark David Chapman, like they think they're Jesus.
I don't
No, but the doorman may think I'm dealing with
With a nut.
A nut.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And what will happen if a doorman thinks
He
someone he's
might
dealing with a
call the
nut?
police.
Call the police. That's what you're worried about? He's going to call the police.
He might call the police.
Are we allowed to have a man that has glasses on and a dark coat
why
at
not
the
just tell
Dakota?
everybody you're shooting a
Shooting a
fucking
movie, yeah,
movie?
You
exactly.
can't.
Yeah, but
You-
what if
you
can't?
can't.
What if there
Why?
are fans that think they're good
There's-
Samaritans and they're going to intervene against this crazy
That's
person?
what I said, Jack Ruby. But can you picture the irony in the paper the next day? John F. Kennedy.
John shot to death
Again.
in front of the Dakota
On the same day
Monday to portray, and he had to catch her in a Ryan double fancy. He had to catch her in a Ryan double fancy in his hands. It'll be amazingly
We
big
saw
news
this on-
story,
It
right?
was on Twilight Zone already.
Yeah, it was on the Twilight Zone with the.
Well, if that's
Actually,
the
it was
case,
on-
we
it
should
was-
shoot everything else first because that'll give us some really good press.
we shot practically everything already. We would definitely just we would take what we had and go with the 80% we have. So you think you're buying into Paula's what should I call it, paranoia, and you're saying that the cops are gonna bust us or something? He's gonna call the cops, the doorman, because the guy who's not saying his name, he's not saying I'm Mark Chapman, he's just talking to him, and he's gonna call the police, a person talking to him because he's got glasses on and a double fancy album.
Well, he's going to be primed that day. If the doorman has worked there for a number of years, he's going to know strange things happen on December 8th.
And how do you know strange things happen on December 8th?
Well,
besides
I'm saying this is all speculation.
Yeah, speculation, yeah.
I'm just speculating that
Right.
people cry there on December 8th.
I'm sure they do.
Put up little altars,
Yes.
stuff like that, like the whole Jerusalem story.
Especially on
But I don't think it's the
Monday.
same thing as the Jerusalem thing, because Jerusalem, you said people go there and then they think they're Jesus. No
And
one's
if-
going
but
there
if
thinking they're Mark David
but
Chapman.
if somebody goes there and really thinks that that's Mark David Chapman, they could do something.
Why would anyone think it's really Mark David Chapman when Mark David Chapman's in prison? You wouldn't think, hey, there's Charles
Because
Manson on the
not
street.
everybody's smart. We were just talking about that.
You don't
you're
think
saying-
if Charles Manson showed up in if someone looking like Charles Manson showed up in L.A., Paula, on August 9th, 2015, people wouldn't say, there's Charles Manson, let's get him. They just think it looks like Charles Manson, right? They wouldn't think it's actually
You're
him.
really overestimating the
You're blocking her, Michael.
You're
This is
overestimating.
my wife we're talking. This is my fucking wife! Yes, I'm sorry.
You're overestimating the bell curve of intelligence in the average person.
So you believe that if a Charles Manson lookalike was walking around Los Angeles
somebody would think it was
August
Charles
9,
Manson.
2015, they think it was Charles Manson, and they do something with him.
Yes,
Richard, is that true? Richard, is that true? Amy, is that
I mean,
true?
It's all speculation.
It's all speculation.
It's all speculation.
Are you
right?
saying, do we agree with the speculation?
Do you agree? Yes.
Yeah, I think it's dangerous. Yeah.
Really? So you think if I bring Mark David Chapman to the Dakota on Monday, December 8th, that would be dangerous?
Yeah. There's an element of danger there.
Wow. And what's the danger? Is with the cops coming?
Or fans who think, oh, we have a crazy person here. Let's subdue them.
I have a question.
Go
Why
when
can't
there's
you
no
say that
fans.
Why can't you just say you're shooting a movie?
because it's illegal to shoot a movie without a permit in New York City.
They want their money.
Oh, just go there when there's no people and talk. Just
Well,
go
is
talk
there a
to the
time
guy.
of the day when there's no people, though?
Why wouldn't there be?
There's always a time of the day when there's no people. That day that he shot him, Monday, December 8th.
Well, that's true.
There's
We
a time. There's many times in that day there was no people there, and he was just alone waiting
we
for John
could-
Lennon.
We could talk to the doorman and tell him.
This works out with it.
We'd like to.
You could let him in on it.
Yeah.
Oh, if you let the doorman in on it, then everything would probably be groovy. He won't call the cops then if you
Well,
let him in on it?
Well, then
it's
he could give
better
a
than
signal
him-
to other people if they're going to intervene, like
It's
back
better.
off.
It's better for
Put
him
the
to
gun
know
away.
than to think it's a crazy person.
Well, I'm going to say this once more. He's not saying his name. Hi, I'm Mark. He's just saying, hi, can I,
But
can you
he's
tell me where
got
Rockefeller Center is?
He's got a
It depends-
copy
it depends on
of
how much he
Double
knows of the history
Fantasy,
of it.
and
What if there's
got
no Catcher in the Rye on his
Ride.
other hand? If he
See, I
just
didn't know he
what if he
had
just
the
says Double
props in his
Fantasy?
It's. I'm telling
Because a lot
you,
of fans
it's
would have Double Fantasy with him, right? Because that was the album when he got shot. They would be carrying it around as a prop. A lot of fans could be carrying
not
that.
somebody that looks like he's dressed up like Mark David Chapman.
But is he really that Chapman-y?
Chapman, he was.
Is he really that Chapman-y?
He's Chapman-y enough.
Huh?
He's Chapman-y enough.
He's Chapman enough.
Yoko Ono's going to be at South by Southwest. My wife's name is Susan Tanner. I'm the rock and roll chef.
Okay, thank you, Marty Borden. Nice. Marty Borden says the anal rape is not that bad, right?
Ani might be closing Babeville.
She might be close to Bayville.
Oh,
So
I'd like to finish the whole Jerusalem mental hospital story.
Oh, good.
So they decided. They said, well,
That wouldn't happen to you if you showed up there, right? You would be tough enough to work through it, right?
No, I mean, you misinterpreted.
You
There's
don't know, he's
people
not
who
there
think
yet.
they're Jesus who go there,
Oh.
but they don't exhibit it until they get to the holy places.
Oh.
See, that's
So what do
suddenly...
they do when they get there? They start wearing robes and sandals?
and preaching to people and
preaching,
telling
yeah.
them I am really
Messiah,
Jesus. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
They
yeah.
say
Hey,
what?
like that kid on Beggar's Night, dressed as Jesus.
Oh yeah.
And you're like, Jesus.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, dude.
Okay, so what happens then?
So they decided, well, we'll put him in the mental
Ambassador
hospital. It'll be a good idea to do group therapy, and they can look and see, hey,
Hey, there's another
I'm not
one.
here. I'm not alone. And you
No.
would think that would be good, but they totally discontinued that. You know why?
No.
Because even though these people think
Ken, you bored?
No, I was listening.
Yeah.
even though these people think they are the reincarnation of the Prince of Peace,
Yeah.
you put them in a room together.
They get violent.
Start fighting. I'm the Prince of Peace. I'm the Prince
And
of
the
Peace.
funny thing is, I'm the Prince of Peace, and I'm the one who wants to go to and see the violence of the Dakota.
You'd go there
It
and
was
you'd
nice.
say,
It was
what,
nice being
what,
with you people. Thanks.
what